Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare.
Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day. Don't forget, grab your smartphone and download the Lava Matra app and stay in touch. Guru Maharaj's message is your advantage. The following is a Sri Krishna Chaitanya book compilation given by His Holiness Jayapataka Swami Maharaj on August 12th, 2021 in Sri Mayapur, India.
Panggung Langayate Girim Shri Gurum Deenatarinam Shri Chaitanya Mishwaram Tatsat. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, today we will continue with the compilation of Shri Krishna Chaitanya book. Today's chapter is entitled Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes the meeting with Shri Rupa and Sanatana at Ramakeli under the section The Lord's Attempt to Go to Vrindavan. Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 16.252.
জগন্নাথ দর্শন সর্বত্র আগমন সংবাদ প্রচার। প্রভু আসি জগন্নাথ দর্শন কইলা, মহাপ্রভু আইলা গ্রামে কোলাহল হইল।
When Shri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu arrived in Jagannath Puri, he visited the temple of the Lord. News then spread all over the city that he had returned.
So, residents of Jagannath Puri were very much inspired by Lord Chaitanya.
So the residents of Jagannath Puri was very much inspired by Lord Chaitanya.
And as soon as they heard that he returned,
As soon as they heard that he had returned,
news spread like wildfire
the news spread like a wildfire
all over the city.
all over the city. CC Madhya 16.253.
ভক্তগণের প্রভু সাক্ষাৎকার। আনন্দিত ভক্তগণ আসিয়া মিলিলা, প্রেম আলিঙ্গন প্রভু সবারে করিলা।
All the devotees then came and met the Lord with great happiness. The Lord embraced each of them in great ecstatic love.
How loving Lord Chaitanya is
How loving Lord Chaitanya is
beyond imagination.
beyond imagination.
He returned to Jagannath Puri and embraced all the devotees that he started love.
When he returned to Jagannath Puri, he embraced all the devotees with great love.
So he was very personal and very loving.
So he was very personal and very loving. CC Madhya 16.254.
কাশী মিশ্র রামানন্দ প্রদন্ন সার্বভৌম, বাণী নাদ শিখি আদি যত ভক্তগণ।
Kashi Mishra, Ramananda Rai, Pradyumna, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Vaninath Rai, Sikhi Mahiti, and all the other devotees met Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
Just like the chakora bird drinks water from the rain clouds,
Just like the Chakora bird drinks water from the rain clouds,
therefore is always thinking of rain clouds.
and therefore it is always thinking of rain clouds.
Similarly, the devotees are always thinking of Lord Chaitanya.
Similarly, the devotees were always thinking of Lord Chaitanya.
When he returned, I had to meet him.
When he returned, they were happy to meet him. Murari Gupta Korcha 3.18.22. Sriman Nityananda Rama, Sri and Panita Sri Gadadhara were intoxicated by the nectarian love they felt for Lord Gauranga. Indeed, that love was the vital energy which sustained their life.
The loving devotion and emotion of Lord Nityananda and Radha Pandit
This loving devotion and emotion of Lord Nityananda and Gadadhar Pandit
is completely transcendental.
is completely transcendental.
And it's the not different from the love of the Brajavasis
It is non different from the love of the Brajabasis
or Lord Krishna.
for Lord Krishna.
The devotees of Lord Chaitanya had so much love for Lord Chaitanya.
The devotees of Lord Chaitanya had so much love for Lord Chaitanya. Murari Gupta Kodcha 3.18.23. Followed by them, Lord Sri Krishna Chaitanya Mahaprabhu went to take darshan of Sri Kshirachora Gopinatha, Lord Sri Kshirachora Gopinatha, who is the all-pervading player of the bamboo flute, the son of Nanda Maharaja in person. Murari Gupta Kodcha 3.18.24. Delighting in Gopinatha, in the mood of the gopis, Lord Gaurahari embraced him, and at that moment Gadadhar Pandit's heart grew happy as he saw Gaura and Krishna as a single identity.
Lord Chaitanya is the divine form of Radha and Krishna.
Lord Chaitanya is the combined form of Radha and Krishna.
So he embraced Gopinath, then he was in the mood of Radharani.
So when he embraced Gopinath, then he was in the mood of Radharani.
And therefore, Gaura and Krishna became one.
So then Gaura and Krishna became one. Murari Gupta Kodcha 3.18.25. Since Sri Gadadhara in his original form is Srimati Radharani herself, he also eagerly drew Lord Gopinath to his chest and then left him standing motionless. Murari Gupta Kodcha 3.18.26. Gadadhar Pandit cooked for Lord Gopinath. Then, with his hairs bristling out of ecstasy, he brought Lord Gopinath's remnants before Lord Gaurachandra.
So Gadadhar, he would cook nectarian bhoga for Lord Gopinath.
So Gadadhar would cook nectarian bhoga for Lord Gopinath,
And then the prasadam of Gopinath be offered to Lord Chaitanya.
then the prasadam of Lord Gopinath would be offered to Lord Chaitanya.
On this way, pastimes, unity and diversity.
So this way the pastime was in unity in diversity. Murari Gupta Kodcha 3.18.27. As approved by Lord Gaura, Gadadhar Pandit happily divided the prasad of Lord Gopinath into 3 portions. Shriman Mahaprabhu at first. Murari Gupta Kodcha 3.18.28. Gadadhar Pandit fed the prasada to Lord Nityananda with his own hand. Then, being eager to taste rasa, Gadadhar Pandit also delighted in those rasa imbued remnants.
So, as Radharani, she could not go before Balaram.
As Radharani, she could not go before Balaram.
As Gadadhar, she will go before Nityananda.
As Gadadhar, he can go before Nityananda.
And thus, Gadadhar took advantage to feed Lord Nityananda with his own hand.
Thus Gadadhar could manage to feed Lord Nityananda with his own hands.
They also took remnants from Lord Gopinath.
Then he also took remnants from Lord Gopinath. Murari Gupta Korcha 3.18.29. While Lord Nityananda Rama rested, Lord Sri Gauranga became pleasantly seated in the company of Gadadhar Pandit, and out of spontaneous attraction, that the connoisseur of rasa eagerly heard from him of the Rasa Leela. Thus, inebriated by Madhurya Rasa, Gaura solely delighted in the reservoir of all delight and the form of all rasa, Lord Gopinatha.
The form of Lord Gopinath is considered the Prayojana Vigraha.
The form of Lord Gopinath is considered the Prayojana Vigraha.
He is the Samabonam of transcendental rasa.
He is the summum bonum of transcendental rasa.
So Lord Chaitanya heard the pastimes of Radha and Gopinath.
So Lord Chaitanya heard the pastimes of Radha and Gopinath
And became fully ecstatic
and became fully ecstatic
and tasting these nectarian pastimes.
in tasting this nectarian pastimes. Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya Leela 16.255.
সকলকে পূর্ব বৃন্দাবন যাত্রার বিঘ্ন বর্ণন। গদাধর পণ্ডিত আসি প্রভুরে মিলিলা, সবার অগ্রতে প্রভু কহিতে লাগিলা।
Gadadhar Pandit also came and met the Lord. Then, before all the devotees, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu began to speak as follows. Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya 16.256.
বৃন্দাবন যাব আমি গৌর দেশ দিয়া, নিজ মাতার গঙ্গার চরণ দেখিয়া।
It was my decision to go to Vrindavan through Bengal in order to see my mother and the river Ganges.
Lord Chaitanya is explaining why he chose to go to Vrindavan via Bengal.
So Lord Chaitanya is explaining why he chose to go to Vrindavan via Bengal. CC Madhya 16.257.
এই মতে করি কইল গৌরে গমন, সহস্রের সঙ্গে হইল নিজ ভক্তগণ।
Thus I went to Bengal, but thousands of devotees began to follow me.
However, Lord Chaitanya went,
Wherever Lord Chaitanya went,
thousands of devotees assembled.
thousands of devotees assembled.
They were so much attracted to him.
They were so much attracted to him.
And Lord Nityananda had been preaching in Bengal.
And Lord Nityananda had been preaching in Bengal.
So, Sankirtan movement had been expanded.
So the Sankirtan movement has been expanded. CC Madhya 16.258.
লক্ষ লক্ষ লোক আইসে কৌতুক দেখিতে, লোকের সংঘটে পথ না পারি চলিতে।
Many hundreds of thousands of people came to see me out of curiosity, and due to such large crowd, I could not travel very freely on the road.
Lord Chaitanya is explaining why he came back to Jagannath Puri
So Lord Chaitanya is explaining why he came back to Jagannath Puri
without seeing or going to Vrindavan.
without seeing or going to Vrindavan. CC Madhya 16.259.
যথারহি তথা ঘর প্রাচীর হয় চূর্ণ, যথা নেত্র পরে তথা লোক দেখি পূর্ণ।
Indeed, the crowd was so large that the house and the boundary walls of the house where I stayed were destroyed. And wherever I looked, I could see only large crowds.
This was the situation Lord Chaitanya was.
So this was the situation in Lord Chaitanya was affected by. CC Madhya 16.260.
রামকেলি গ্রামে রূপ সনাতনের সহিত মিলন ও তাহাদের পরিচয় বর্ণন। কষ্টে সৃষ্টে করি গেলাম রামকেলি গ্রাম, আমার ঠাঁই আইলা রূপ সনাতন নাম।
With great difficulty, I went to the town of Ramakeli, where I met two brothers named Rupa and Sanatana.
Other caste, Sakya Malik, who are ministers in the Hussain Shah's empire.
Dabir Kas and Sakar Malik, who were ministers in Hussain Shah's empire,
Were initiated as Sanatan and Rupa and Sanatan.
they were who were initiated as Rupa and Sanatan.
They came to see Lord Chaitanya,
They came to see Lord Chaitanya,
and Lord Chaitanya gave them specific instructions.
and Lord Chaitanya gave them specific instructions. CC Madhya 16.261.
দুই ভাই ভক্তরাজ কৃষ্ণ কৃপা পাত্র, ব্যবহারে রাজমন্ত্রী হয় রাজপাত্র।
These two brothers are great devotees and suitable recipients of Krishna's mercy, but in their ordinary dealings they are government officials, ministers to the king.
Here Lord Chaitanya is explaining the position of Rupa and Sanatan.
So here Lord Chaitanya is explaining the position of Rupa and Sanatan. CC
One may be externally like an ordinary person,
that one may be externally like an ordinary person,
internally and be fully dedicated to Krishna.
internally may be fully dedicated to Lord Krishna.
Apart from the pure devotees of Krishna, one can understand the actual position.
Apart from the pure devotee and Krishna, nobody can understand their actual position. CC Madhya 16.262.
বিদ্যা ভক্তি বুদ্ধি বলে পরম প্রবীণ, তবু আপনাকে মানে তৃণ হইতে হীন।
Srila Rupa and Sanatana are very much experienced in education, devotional service, intelligence and strength. Yet they think themselves inferior to straw in the street.
This humility of Rupa and Sanatan touched the heart of Lord Chaitanya.
This humility of Rupa and Sanatan touched the heart of Lord Chaitanya.
But they're actually very qualified materially.
But actually, they are very qualified materially.
But they're very humble.
But they were very humble.
The Lord Chaitanya appreciated this.
So Lord Chaitanya appreciated this. CC Madhya 16.263 to 264.
আরে দৈন দেখি শুনি পাষাণ বিদরে আমি তুষ্ট হইয়া তবে কহিল দোহারে। রূপ সনাতনের প্রতি প্রভুর উপদেশ। উত্তম হইয়া হীন করি মানহ আপনারে অচিরে করিবে কৃষ্ণ তোমার উদ্ধারে।
Indeed, the humility of these two brothers could even melt stone, because I was very pleased with their behavior. I told them, although you are both very much exalted, you consider yourself inferior, and because of this, Krishna will very soon deliver you. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Such are the qualifications of a pure devotee. Materially, one may be very opulent, experienced, influential, and educated. But if one still thinks himself lower than straw in the street, one attracts the attention of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or Lord Krishna. Although Maharaj Prataprudra was a king, he took up a broom to cleanse the road for Lord Jagannath's Ratha, chariot. Because of this humble service, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very pleased with the king, and for that reason the Lord embraced him. According to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's instructions, a devotee should never be puffed up by material power. He should know that material power is the result of one's past good activities, karma, and consequently transient. At any moment, all one's material opulence can be finished. Therefore, a devotee is never proud of such opulence. He is always humble and meek, considering himself lower than a piece of straw. Because of this, the devotees are eligible to return back home, back to Godhead.
So, it's other than the devotee should always take the humble position.
So it is evident that a devotee should always take a humble position.
We see the great acharyas, they saying they're the most fallen, therefore they need Lord Chaitanya's mercy.
We see great acharyas, they say that they are the most fallen and therefore they need Lord Chaitanya's mercy.
So, since Lord Chaitanya is the deliverer of the fallen,
Since Lord Chaitanya is the deliverer of the fallen,
the secret getting his mercy
the secret for getting His mercy
to present oneself very humbly and fallen.
to present oneself very humbly and fallen and as fallen. CC Madhya 16.265 to 266.
বিদায় গ্রহণকালে সনাতনের প্রভুকে সতর্কীকরণ। কহি আমি যাবে বিদায় তারে দিল, গমন কালে সনাতন প্রহেলি কহিল। বহু বিভিন্ন উদ্দেশ্য বিশিষ্ট লোকসহ বৃন্দাবন দর্শনে অনৌচিত্য, যার সঙ্গে হয় এই লোক লক্ষ কোটি, বৃন্দাবন যাইবারে নহে পরিপাটি।
After speaking to them in this way, I bade them farewell. As I was leaving, Sanatan told me, "It is not appropriate for one to be followed by a crowd of thousands when going to Vrindavan."
Going to Vrindavan to meditate on the pastimes of Krishna.
So going to Vrindavan is to meditate on the pastimes of Krishna.
Having thousands of people following
Having thousands of people following
is a distraction.
is a distraction.
So Sanatana Goswami advised that he not go with all these thousands of people.
So Sanatan Goswami advised that he need not to go with all these thousands of people. CC Madhya 16.267.
তৎসত্ত্বেও প্রভুর লোক সংঘ সহ যাত্রা পরে সনাতন বাক্য বিচারপূর্বক লোকসঙ্গ ত্যাগ তবু আমি শুনিল মাত্র না কইল অবদান প্রাতে চলি আইলাম কানাইর নাটসলা গ্রাম
Although I heard this, I did not pay any attention, and in the morning I went to the place named Kanai Natshala.
Natsala is a place Lord Chaitanya saw Krishna after taking initiation
So Kanai
in Gaya.
Natshala is a place where Lord Chaitanya saw Krishna after taking initiation in Gaya.
It's very close to Ramakeli,
It is very close to Ramakeli,
on the other side of the river.
on the other side of the river.
So the Lord went there,
So the Lord went there.
and then from there he turned back.
So from there he returned back.
That will explain later.
But that would be explained later. Thus ends the chapter entitled Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu describes the meeting with Sri Rupa and Sanatan at Ramakeli under the section The Lord's Attempt to Go to Vrindavan.
Do you like our ad-free videos? Be sure to subscribe to our channel. We publish new videos every day, and don't forget to like and share our channel.